Okay, wait. So you mean in Borana community you cannot marry your cousin?
Not cousin. Cousin is actually very close. If you are Koranyoa, you cannot marry from entire Koranyoa. You can only marry from Tuf. Yeah.
Yeah.
naga warra wallah naga boban naga
Yo, yeah. Jilich.
I'm trying to document a story about cultures in Kenya, and I'm trying to ask everybody that I interact with about that unique culture that their communities are holding onto despite the Western education and the years of civilization. So currently I am with Hassan Omar. He is a colleague of mine from the Borana community. And I want to know what is that one unique thing, Hassan, that the Boranas are still holding on to despite all these years of civilization and Western education.
Yeah, okay. There are a lot of cultural practices that are being practiced by our communities, especially the Borana. Have had a lot of unique cultures, but with religious, preachers coming in, people converting to Islam because Boranas used to practice traditional, way of life. A lot of these cultures are being eroded, but one unique one that they have still hold on to, that I can say, is about the culture of marriage. In Borana community, there are clans that you can marry and there are those that you cannot marry. Clans that are close to you, there is a way clans in Borana are closely related. We have around 17 clans in Borana, but these clans are clustered differently.
Okay.
So there are clans that are close to each other that you are not supposed to marry from. Not let alone your own. You cannot marry from your own. Even the one that is very close to you, you cannot marry from that clan. You can only marry from clans that are different from yours.
So, okay, wait. So you mean in Borana community you cannot marry your cousin?
Not cousin. Cousin is actually very close. You cannot marry somebody who is, let alone blood relation, even clan. You have no blood relation, but you are from the same clan, you can marry.
Because I want people to understand this thing in details. Give us 2 examples of the Borana clans and how they cannot marry each other.
Okay, generally Borana clans are clustered into 2. The upper ones, the Sabbo and Gona. You have heard of Borana in Sabbo and Gona.
Yeah.
The Sabbo cannot marry Sabbo, and Gona cannot marry Gona. And Sabbo itself is around 3 clans: the Karayu, the Wajida, and the Matari.
Okay.
No, sorry, the Karayu, the Galu, and Matari are 3 Sabbo clans. They cannot marry each other. They can only marry from the other clans. The Gona clans are many. I told you it's 17. 3 and the other one is 14. So these 3 can only marry from the 14, and the 14 can only marry from the 3.
And not the 14.
The 14 cannot marry from among the 14.
So, for example, I'm a Garre clan, and I'm from Garre. Then we are graded into 2, the Tuf and Koranyoa.
Correct.
So I cannot marry from Koranyoa.
If you are Koranyoa, you cannot marry from entire Koranyoa. You can only marry from Tuf. Yes.
That's very interesting, and thank you very much for that piece, because I think most of the people who will view this have no idea about this,
Okay.
maybe apart from the Borana themselves.
Okay.
And you want to assure me that this has not been eroded?
This can never get eroded because there are things that we have seen, and actually, I don't know if there is scientific research that has been done, but in most cases, and we have observed that this thing has, there are reasons behind it, and that reason is physically even visible. Things like, because there's belief in Borana that when you marry somebody who's close to you in terms of blood relation, there is likelihood that you are going to give birth to a child who has maybe some kind of deformation or something. And it's very difficult to find such kind of children in Borana because I know it's qadar, I know religiously you cannot believe in that, but it's difficult to see somebody who is have some kind of funny disabilities in Borana. Maybe that's the reason why they say we don't marry people who are close to us.
Okay, that's very interesting. And let me hop on to the next person, and then I will give you more information on this. Thank you for being here.
warra naga warra wallah naga boban naga turan sallan naga badan sade naga gusbona sa bogo naga
Yo, yeah. Jilich.
Ato cholle.
Yo.
Urini san naga.
Naga.
Again badada.
Badada hesan badada.
Yoya.
Tansanada tenna melala rufa lichotenna. Tansanada tenna melala sagasi ketenna. Ahada tankamnu akamin tabiya kagella. Ahada tankamnu akamin tabiya kagella.